Before I begin today's video, if you want to donate to the Trump 2020 campaign to get us across the finish line, please do so through the link in the description box below. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the Harris-Biden administration. Oh yeah, I said it right. There's no gaffe. The Harris-Biden administration. You may have heard Kamala Harris say that and then quote unquote correct herself a little bit later. But I think what's happening here is that both Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, because they both said it, I think they are doing these so-called gaffes to get you ready for it if it were to happen. If Joe Biden wasn't get elected, which he won't be elected, but if he was, Kamala Harris would be running the show. But really not even her. It would be her kind of out front doing most of all the talking. And she might even become the president because this guy, Joe Biden, pretty much got one foot in the grave. Even if she were to be the president, it really wouldn't be her running it. But before I go down that rabbit hole, let's go ahead and roll two clips. You're going to see Kamala Harris make the quote unquote gaffe and Joe Biden. Is it a coincidence? I don't really know. But after we get done with that, I'll talk about what they said, and then I'll give you the rest of my 2 cents, my deep detail analysis, and then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
You need to make sure you have a president in the White House who actually sees you, who understands your needs, who understands the dignity of your work, and who has your back. A Harris administration together with Joe Biden as the president of the United States, the Biden-Harris administration will have provide access to $100 billion in low-interest loans and investments for minority business owners.
Harris-Biden administration is going to relaunch that effort and keep pushing further to make it.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, is it just me? Am I paranoid? Am I reaching? Am I grasping? Am I just floating a conspiracy theory? Or were those so-called gaffes done on purpose? I feel like they were. And the one with Kamala Harris, she probably was reading from the teleprompter, because towards the end, when she quote unquote fixed her quote unquote gaffe, I feel like she was trying to correct a teleprompter because she was having some troubles reading. It's like she was trying to interpret what she was reading in the way that she wanted to read it. Because right when she read the whole, if she did read it, which she probably did, the whole Harris-Biden thing, she's like, oh, wait a minute. I can't say Harris-Biden because I'm the vice president. I can't put my name before the president, but that's probably what was on the teleprompter. And she tried to fix it a little bit later. That's why she was struggling a little bit to be able to read. I think that's what happened. And it probably was the same thing with Joe Biden. He probably read straight from the teleprompter. We know how Joe Biden does at this particular point in time. If he does not have a teleprompter to tell him what to say, he's pretty much lost. He has no idea what's going on. He doesn't know if he's coming or going, if he's up or down, left or right, front or back. He has no clue what's happening. So he reads straight from the prompter, straight from the sheet of paper, so much so that he'll read things not supposed to read. It'll be something that says page over or end quote. He'll just read everything that's on the sheet or on the screen. All right. So he probably read it exactly how it was. He said Harris-Biden. They want to get you ready for that. They know what's going on. It's pretty cruel, honestly, for the Democratic Party to be doing this, because although they won't win, they think that this is their best chance of having the guy that's pretty much halfway dead. All right. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but come on. We all see what's going on. This man is 77 years old, going on 78, going on 1,078. Trump is no spring chicken, but good grief. I mean, he's what, 74? Trump is, but looks to be about 20 years younger than Joe Biden. It's really a shame. The Democratic Party should not have Joe Biden out there trying to call himself running for president. He has no chance, first of all. Second of all, he's not physically able to do anything. He looks terrible. I'm looking at his walk. His gait is trash. He is speaking and he's not making any sense at all. It's just a real big mess. And they know if he was to win, they get him out of office immediately. They would say, oh, he's medically unable. They probably would fix some kind of medical emergency, some kind of, heart attack or a stroke or something like that to get him out of the way, to just let him sit down and then let Kamala Harris come in and be the figurehead. Because let's be clear, even if in some kind of bizarre world, dystopian future, alternate universe, even if Joe Biden was to win, he would not be the guy running it. It would be Kamala Harris. And even if she took over, she wouldn't be the one running it. It would be those behind the scenes. She would be a figurehead, and that's it. Nothing else. No more. That's what they want. That's what they did with Barack Obama, and even to a certain extent, George W., the son, Lil George. You had Dick Cheney running the nation back then. He was a president. And with Barack Obama, it wasn't even Joe Biden, because Joe Biden was a moron back then. Just, he was more cognitively sound. He was just a moron. Back with Obama, it was the Democratic Party running the country behind the scenes. You know, your hatchet people, your, who else? Loretta Lynch and people like that. What was the Attorney General? Eric Holder. People like that were really pulling the strings. And others kind of like the shadowy figure, the deep state, the swamp as we know them today. They're running the government, not the guy in the office. This is why they don't like Trump at all. This is why the left absolutely hate him, and a lot of people on the right hate him as well. They want to be real critical and trying to, because they know generally how things run is that the president doesn't really govern. He's supposed to govern by the Constitution is what they say. He's supposed to be, governing. He has checks and balances, but not so much to the point where he does not govern. That's not how it's supposed to go. He is supposed to govern. He's supposed to be the leader. And Trump's actually doing that. He's making deals, getting Nobel Peace Prize nominations, trying to secure peace in the Middle East. That's been a thing that's been said since I've been a little boy, and I'm 36. So he's achieving that right now because he's actually leading from the front, not allowing others to lead for him, not allowing special interests to come in there and dominate his foreign policy, domestic policy, and whatnot. They don't like that because they have their own interests that aren't getting met because the guy in the office is not cooperating with him. And I'm glad that he's doing that. Thank God for Trump, and thank God for people that support him and people that are like him in government aside from Trump. Guys like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they wanted to come in there with the Democratic Party and change all that back to the way it was. That's generally what's going on. The Lincoln Project, these quote unquote right-wing morons are trying to get Trump out of there because they got some of the same friends in connection with the left. Some of the same lobbyists, some of the same big interests, big money. They want to have their people in there to control the country from the back end. Like an invisible kind of shadow government. That's what they want, but they can't get it. So I think this whole thing with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, they're trying to get you prepared. It's a manipulation happening. This is not Kamala Harris or Joe Biden really doing this. Okay, they're giving the script by random people in the Democratic Party, the DNC. They're giving the script. Okay, go out here and read this. We're not going to tell you what it says until you get there. All you got to do is go out there and read it. Okay, here's your itinerary for the day, Kamala Harris. Are you going to be here? You're going to be there. You're going to be there. Here's your stack of papers. Read that. Once you get in front of the camera, it'll be a prompter. Just go ahead and read that. Read it well, and have that be that. Okay, you could tell clearly that Kamala Harris was reading as well as Joe Biden. They are not really permitted to say much original thought, especially not a Joe Biden. Whenever he says anything that's just straight from him, it comes off crazy. He puts his foot in his mouth. It's racist. It's something that he just should not be saying. Even when the Democratic Party do give him the proper, quote unquote, proper talking points, he bungles that as well. Playing Despacito or whatever that song is at the Hispanic event. It's like, really, that's what you're going to do? You're just going to play that on your phone? You might as well say, hola, hasta la vista, all kind of good stuff, and just leave it right there. You know what I mean? I mean, these people on the left, these people in a deep state, they're morons completely, 1,000%. And they think that you and I are morons as well. But we're here to tell them that we're not. We're going to go out there and vote Trump again 4 more years. Matter of fact, 12 more years, because we might get Trump Jr. in there, could get Candace Owens in there, could get somebody that's going to carry the torch from Trump and keep this whole party going and not allow the Harris-Biden administration to infiltrate our country and tear our country down. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that the Harris-Biden gaffe was just a gaffe? Was it a mistake? Was it done on purpose? Was it intentional? Was it a way to get you prepared to see Kamala Harris as leader of the nation? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. You know where I stand. I think it's all done on purpose. Nothing that they do is by accident anymore. It's all intentional, in my humble opinion. Are there some accidents? Of course. But I think some things that are supposed to be accidents that they want us to see as accidents aren't really that. They're done on purpose with a particular reason. They want you to see Kamala Harris as leader. But my thing is, if she couldn't win in the primary at all, she had no success in the primary, and Joe Biden's looking like he's halfway dead, I'm not really sure how that's a winning combination, let alone a combination that anybody will be comfortable with running the nation. So their whole campaign might kind of backfire on them, and that's good for us over on our side. We're going to get 4 to 12 more years. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.